What's up, everybody? Silver Jackify here. Wanted to do my thoughts on the National. I'm with Baby Jackify here, Baby Joey. Say hello. Just look at it. So I figured I'd do my thoughts. You guys probably saw the National experience, which was amazing. It was really cool putting that together. It was sort of a montage. But just figured I'd kind of walk you guys through my experience with the National and give you some of my thoughts. So one of the first things that I must say, and I'm sure the little guy will agree with me, if you're going to the National, you got to try to do, I only did 2 days while I was at the National, Friday and Saturday. If you could do longer than that, definitely recommend it. I flew in first thing Friday morning and then left Sunday morning. And by Saturday night, I remember texting Mike O and be like, oh yeah, I'll meet you wherever at 8 o'clock. And I was passed out. I was exhausted. Because you're literally like walking the floor all day long. You're meeting everybody. I was out till 2 a.m. on Friday night. So by Saturday night, I was wiped. So I had 4 goals going into it. First goal was to get the National silver packs, and one thing, and this was sort of like the coincidences that would happen while I was there, is I walked over to the Topps booth, and there was a line that must have gone on for like a mile, and so I go, all right, I guess I'm not doing that goal anymore, because I was like, I'm not waiting in that line. And literally a couple hours later, the Topps booth is empty. There's nobody there. I walk over to the Topps lady. I was like, what was that line all about? And she goes, yeah, it was about the National silver packs, whatever they're called. And I was like, oh, I guess you guys are out of them. And she's like, no, they're still there. And I'm like, okay. So I literally just walked over to like the booth that was right next to the Topps booth. Bought myself a box of Topps Chrome, bought one of these, and walked right back over to the Topps booth, and they handed me 2 National silver packs. So I don't know, I guess people are making sure that they get their packs, but by Saturday afternoon, there was, I guess, still a lot left. So the second thing that I wanted to accomplish was submitting to PSA. You guys know I've been working on that. I ended up submitting about 120 cards to PSA, and I've been working on it all year. It was kind of fun. Just part of the process is what's fun for me. Just picking out cards from your collection that you think might be worthy of the submission, and it even up until the day that I submitted, I was kind of debating back and forth on certain cards. So that was sort of why I did it, because it's like the process is kind of fun, and then now I'll wait to get the cards back. So that was cool. One thing that I'll recommend is just remember, if you have something that's in a screw down, like one of my buddies handed me a Reggie Jackson that was in a screw down, and I forgot to take it out of the screw down. And so I literally, in front of the PSA booth, I'm like struggling to get it out. They gave me this tiny little screwdriver that, I don't know how it works for other cards, but I could not get that Reggie Jackson to budge, right? Couldn't get it out. I couldn't, right? So yeah, then the third goal, what was the third goal? Oh yeah, so the third goal, and maybe one of the most important goals, was that I wanted to get, my main kind of goal was to buy the Cap Anson 1888 card from the Goodwin Champion set, or the Ty Cobb Bat Off Shoulder. So one of the coincidences that I was talking about, so I literally, I get there, I flew out at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, And by the way, you guys know I was freaking out. Like if my flight gets canceled, I'm going to flip out. It's like, because it got canceled last year. I was like, I can't deal with that again. And I'm waiting for my, to board. And all of a sudden, I see that they switched my seat at the last second. And, like any type of change at that point is just like going to set me off. So I like walk over to the girl and I'm like, somebody updated my seat. And she goes, yeah, we upgraded you to Economy Plus. And I'm like, okay. I just walked away. I walked over so like angry. And then she's like, we upgraded you Economy Plus. I'm like, well, okay then. So anyway, like the weekend went like that. Like it went, like everything went really well. Like, so we flew down. I got to my hotel. Granted, it's Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. And I, check into my hotel. I look over and Dennis Rodman's checking into the same hotel as I am. And, I said, there's probably no rooms available, but, I want to check in now. Maybe I could put my bags down. She's like, oh, yeah, we got a room for you. So they had a room ready for me. I walk into the room. I was in my room Saturday morning at 8:42 a.m. That's pretty awesome. To go from New Jersey to Chicago and be in Chicago at 8:42 a.m. So I figure, the show doesn't start till 10. Let me, sit down, have a cup of coffee, have some breakfast. So I sit at the bar, and this guy sits next to me, and he goes, are you Silver Jackify? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, yeah, I watch all your videos. I have a collection myself. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm sure you have a great collection. This guy pulls out a case of portrait T206 cards, all like a 5 or higher, like the Ty Cobb green, the Ty Cobb red. It was one of the greatest collections I've ever seen in my life. And, I tell him some of my goals. I'm like, I'm looking for the Ty Cobb and I'm looking for the Cap Anson. Now, granted, there are like maybe 100 Cap Ansons in the world. And so I knew just finding it at the National was not going to be easy. And he goes, you mean this Cap Anson? He pulls this beautiful Cap Anson out of the case. And I'm like, yeah, that is the card I'm looking for. And he told me, like, even like sitting right there, he's like, I'd be willing to sell it. Everything. And I saw everything in his case was T206 portraits. The Goodwin Champion, it was a PSA graded card that didn't really fit in with his collection. So he said he'd be willing to sell it. And so I literally, the crazy thing is I literally did not even need to leave the hotel. I could have just stayed at my hotel and never even made it to the National. I walked the floor all day Friday, seeing if I could find anything even remotely comparable to that card. And sure enough, there was nothing. I mean, I saw twos, maybe a 2, maybe a 3. If you go on the internet, you're not going to see a Cap Anson that looks like that. So we ended up working out a deal and got my hands on the Cap Anson. I'll try to show you guys. I'll do a video later to kind of show off that card a little bit better. But such a beautiful, beautiful card. And number 4, probably most importantly, in terms of my goals, was to meet all the YouTubers out there. And man, I met so many YouTubers. As soon as I got there, Mike introduced me to everybody, or to a lot of people, and it was very overwhelming, and it was pretty awesome. Let me just put this guy down for a second. You all right? Okay. All right, he's good. Just some of the things that I got. Incredible generosity. I met the owner of Pack Geek, who gave me this shirt. And then, of course, Filmington got his t-shirt. I was wearing it like all day Saturday, so thought that shirt was awesome. Wesker Griff handed me this awesome Game of Thrones t-shirt. Baseball Collector got me this awesome Yankee Stadium scrapbook, which is like one of those books that you just put on the coffee table, and it's really, really nice. And then also got this custom card from Card Collecting Shenanigans. Check out his channel if you guys get a chance. Jerome, Yankees cards, handed me an Aaron Judge foil rookie, which I ended up submitting to PSA. So, you know, it was just unbelievable, you know. And then Friday night, I wish I had taken more video of it, but you know, just hanging out with everybody and the ability to just kind of talk to people, you know, so easily about, you know, their experiences, what they liked about the National, and it was just a really easy conversation for people that I've literally never really met before, because we all had that common ground, and this guy's like, oh. But yeah, so an awesome experience, and looking forward to already to the National in AC. So you know, one of the things that it's very difficult for me to, you know, meet people and hang out with people and then have like a camera in their face. And so I didn't do a great job of like the meet and greets and doing video of that. But there are tons of that, you know, especially Mike O and Baseball Collector. They did some amazing videos. If you guys haven't checked that out, Filmington did some great video as well. And so that's it, guys. Do you have anything else you want to say? No? So, amazing experience. Hopefully we'll see you in Atlantic City in 2020. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll talk to you later.